Hey guys, my name is Ildar. Today, we're talking about what car you can buy if you have only a small budget. Normally, we don't work with such cars, but this request is so topical. People often ask me on social media what car to buy with this little money. And to be honest, I really don't know what car costs this much except for a Russian AVTO-PODBOR. So today, our budget is $2,500. Filler, trash. Painted with a coloring brush. This side is a total disaster. This car is so dead. This car got rear-ended so badly, 4 elements, including the roof, were not repainted. This is new, spray foam. But there's a huge subwoofer in the trunk. Actually, there are a lot of cars within this budget. You can choose from a variety of years of manufacturer, you can choose a car maker, etc. So this set of videos is divided into several parts. There will be a part about Japanese cars, a part about German cars, well, not particularly German, let's say European cars. There will be a part about AVTO-PODBOR, the Russian car maker, and one more part about right-hand drive. That's right, we'll cover right-hand drive. Besides, there's another thing. I've always wanted to make a video where I'm buying a car just like an ordinary guy. We'll try to buy a car, well, roughly any old car. I mean, I'll pick an ad that I liked more or less, not as a professional, but just as I feel it. Just as a simple, ordinary guy who decided to buy a car. And after this, there will be one more video where I'll work as hard as possible to choose the best ads, to find out details on the phone, so that we can only see the best cars in this category. So there will be 2 different perspectives, one of a first-timer, another of an expert. Same cars, same budget. I think we'll have fun. Let's start. Now, I'm gonna surf the net, I'm gonna pick out some random ads, then we're gonna go and see the cars just to find out what you can get for this much. Right away, we're gonna exclude the Chinese. That's a topic for another video. We'll also exclude the French, because I genuinely can't stand them. The French are out of our list. So, I've picked 10 ads. The cheapest one is $22.50. $21.50. The most expensive is $25.30. Okay, let's call. Here we go. Hello there. It's written here that the title's original and valid and there are 2 owners. Is that true?
Well, it's a copy. Rear suspension is absolutely new, but front suspension needs repair. Steering rack better be repaired too. I've got all spare parts here and all the dust boots. You get them for free.
Well, I have a question. Are you the owner?
It was made in 1999. It was transported here from Holland. It's a nice car, it's good, it drives. I wouldn't sell it, but...
No stuck problems in the gear shifter?
I don't know, it's my first car, so...
Are you from a car dealer?
Yep, that's right.
Oh, so goodbye.
No, wait a minute. I'm not a dealer. God, no. I thought you meant the pics are from the dealer. No, man, I'm no dealer. So, we've picked 3 options. A Charisma, a Honda Civic 6, and a Nissan Almera N16. First of all, we'll set off to see the Charisma. Bad luck, the owner will only be available in the evening. But we can have a brief look at the outside, see the car body, and then we'll decide to meet him or not. So we're driving to see the Charisma. To be honest, I really have expectations about this car. Because it's an automatic, the mileage is huge, over 200,000 miles. That's believable. That's 220, 240 or something. But that's not the point. The point is the condition of the car. And again, there's a problem with this Charisma, that the owner said he didn't invest much in it. You know, I hate such things. Very often, people don't know at all that they should invest money in their car. And then you get in, you start driving, and you realize the chassis sucks. The engine needs service. And the owner's like, really? I didn't even know. Everything was fine. And you sit there, the chassis rattles, the rack dangles, the car's shit. And he's like, well, it's driving. When a guy buys his first car and he has nothing to compare it with, and he keeps driving with rattling chassis, he has some doubts that something's not okay, probably. But mostly until you point directly to the mess, it's fine. Well, as usual, people are running away from problems, and he's again like, well, it seems fine. By the way, Stas, it's about you too. When I was driving your car, I was about to cry. It rattles like everywhere. But Stas thinks, that's okay. He said, bad noises? Really? How much will it cost me? Everyone asks this question when you say you have a rattling chassis. How much is it? I don't know. I have got to look first. Like what, where, why? I can't predict, I have to look. The truth is, in such cars, well, as I always do, it doesn't matter what car I buy. If its quality is far from plant manufactured, I repair it back to normal, close to the original quality. When I, for example, bought a Lancer 9, the first thing I did within 3 days, I immediately ordered some car parts. It cost me $450, $500. New lower arms, stabilizers, strut bearings, and so on. So I repaired the chassis part, but the wheel bearings, they were good. Put in all new brake discs, and so on. I did it, and I could proudly say that my car is now in really good condition. Long ago, when I came to Moscow, I was working with cars, just like this Charisma, with almost dead cars. They were old Audis, 80s, 100s, 45s, C4s, then A6s, transitional models, everything, KG-tronic, KEG-tronic, AAN motors, 3A motors, all of them. And it was very sad because most of those cars were so dead. At some point, they just passed away. And the owners towed them into the service, and I was like a doctor with a defibrillator. The patient's alive. We'll drive for a bit longer. So we found the car. Here it is. The wing is painted directly on top of the plastic. The wing flap is broken. The washer's connected with a small rusty wire. They were once repaired and soon they'll fall off again. The brake discs are crap. Fluids have leaked here a long time ago. Well, yeah. Okay, brake drums here. The wing is rusting. The bumper has fallen off its clips. Actually broken. Here we go. Well, sure, there's rust-proof, painted terribly. The door's painted with a coloring brush. Nothing to measure here. Filler, 600. Clearly it was coated and repainted almost everywhere. This wing was painted at least 5 times. Well, the roof was not. The hood was replaced. Here's the primer. It's gray. The gray hood looks like an original part, a new part. It was new some time ago, not even sanded. The pillar is original. This side is a total disaster. The trunk is original. Look, I even found a dead spider in the headlight. And here's the DRLs, or daytime running lights. Very convenient. No need to always drive with your headlights on. Keeping in mind that with this mileage, the contacts are very bad. And if you leave the headlights on for a long time, they can run hot and be melted. I mean, the terminals with poor contact can run hot and be melted, and you'll get in big trouble. The problem is that these contacts are typical for old Japanese cars, though even more typical for German ones. DRLs are cool, though. Anyway, this car is almost dead. We must definitely lift it up and have a look at what's with the bottom. The outside is real crap. And what was I expecting? I was hoping for something more. I thought I could buy something better, to be honest. Well, if you never wash it and drive it as it is, it's not that bad. Crap, I don't know. Cool. The front bumper isn't fixed on the sides at all. When the car is driving, this is so loose.
Don't break it.
Oops. I think we can pull it off if we need to. Well, the owner really had to learn how to drive this one. Poor Japanese car. You've seen a lot in your life. Okay, we're gonna have a look at the Civic and the Almera, and then we'll sum up those 3 cars and we'll choose the best one of the lot. And after that, we'll examine it more closely. Trash. Let's go. Okay, so what do we have here with the Almera? Just try to keep behind him, behind the camera. For sure, he can't film you that way. And guys, it looks fresher than the Charisma. Different colors. It appears that this door was replaced, or maybe not painted. It was polished once. Uh-oh. 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 Here's the filler. Looks like the wing was cut. Filler fully applied. Hard to pull down. This is crap. This car got rear-ended so badly, there's still a fold. You see? All the way. Sealer. I have serious doubts that this wing is original, but painted from the inside. This wing was cut. Let's see the bottom. There are some folds, some are still here. Here are some traces. It was badly rear-ended, as I said. Better here. This quarter panel was repaired. Several filler coats, you can even see it. 1, 2, 3. With the roof, 4 elements were not repainted. The radiator support was straightened. Ooh, there must have been xenon lights here, or still inside. Well, the struts are still sound. No, this one's going bad. It's splitting. That's sad. It will break, sooner or later. Maybe 1 or 2 years more. And that's it. The check is on. It's fine. I see the oxygen sensor was replaced recently. No, I just see that the connector here is loose.
Remember, I told you on the phone, I replaced the pipe.
Yeah, the hose was replaced. Did you take it off?
Yeah.
And you didn't put it back, right? The oil's black. You usually change it, what, 10 times, right? It looks like it needs another refill. It doesn't look so good. Let's start the engine and see what we have here. The generator bearing rattles, or the air conditioning, but it's more likely the generator. Yeah, sounds like the generator bearing has gone bad. At least that's how it usually sounds. Very unpleasant. Here's the hydraulic lifter. Yeah, definitely. That's a hydraulic lifter sound. I know I'm asking too much, but still, is the aircon in order?
No. Not refilled.
Yeah, sure. End of story. There's enough liquid here. Looks fresh. Well, it's not completely dead. What's this wire for? Is that like an add-on design? Did you hang the caliper on it? When the brake discs were replaced, such wires were used to hold the caliper. I'm proud. Russians invented it. Any noises in the chassis?
We can try it.
Let's have a short test drive, just around here. The heating is working, right? Getting warmer?
Yeah, sure.
We better find some nasty bumps around here. Did you examine the chassis when you replaced the brake discs or not? There's still a rattle in the front.
It might be,
Steering unit.
yeah, just here on the right.
Is the seat heating working?
Yes. The seats heater.
The handbrake is okay?
Yeah, what? Want to try?
Just asking. No, that's fine. Just, the handbrake is important in a car. The rear discs are dead, I see. Though not oxidized. Still some condensation on the windshield.
Well, you know, man, well, it's just dirty.
Oh.
What can I say?
Yeah, I can feel the seat heater. The heating's working. The heating system in Japanese cars is a long liver. I mean, if we compare them to European cars, the radiators are weaker than in Japanese cars. 2 keys, right?
Yeah. Try it.
I see. There's definitely something wrong with the steering unit. Is the clutch okay? Here, let me have a try. Damn, this car is a real piece of shit. I didn't want to upset the owner, but this car is so dead. If I said that the Nissan Almera is better than the Charisma, that just wouldn't be true. The car is total crap. Absolutely. It's not better than the Charisma at all. It's just the same piece of shit. The generator's rattling, it's recoated and repainted head to toe, the rear right wing was cut, the tail panel has folds after a rear end collision, so the car is just trash. I don't even know. If the Civic is also crap, I'll believe you can't buy a car for $2,500. Okay, so we have a Honda Civic here, and it's getting darker, so we don't have much time. But it looks more alive than both the Almera and the Charisma. BBS rims, so we've got a lowrider. This car is for a real bro. The bumper is really terribly repainted. Brake discs are new. Here we go. There's rust here. The roof was repainted. Not so well, you can see things. 440. Must have been rust. 500. Yep, the rust was cleaned, the filler was applied, and the rust is about to appear again. 450, 1200. It doesn't look fun to me. You know, I'll be surprised if we find another replaced wing in this one. 2 replaced wings in one day, that's too much, guys. Oh, here it is. This is so thick. Here, you can't even see the number. More than 3 millimeters of filler. Bad painting. Even the frame is painted. 1,500, 2,000. Woohoo! The door is rusting at the bottom. All of it. Rust everywhere. But it looks better from the outside than the other cars. No need to use the thickness gauge in these cases. Oh, here, like this. I don't even know how many coats of filler are here. Even the rubber is glued in place. That's funny. You must feel a nice breeze. Ooh, lots of space. One thing I really like about old Hondas is that the engine mirrors European ones or other modern cars. In fact, the motor box is located just the opposite. Interesting. Xenon lights, right? Okay, I'm really concerned about... The radiator support was cut, completely restored and replaced. Oh no! The splash shield is formed with filler, completely. Absolutely. It looks like the front was a mess after a crash, and then it was repaired. Because here, there are clear traces of repair, and a cover plate is stuck. Here and here. The front upper cross member, instead of contacting the body, the main body, is covered with sound insulation. You can see the traces here. Try it. It's not a manufacturer sealer. Everything from here to this side, the whole front part from here was restored and replaced completely. Well, the first impression is deceptive. What's at the back? I've seen enough in the front. Yeah, I had some suspicions. This wing was replaced. But there's a huge subwoofer in the trunk. Is it Alpine? No. You're kidding me. Blaupunk GTA 475. That's the one I have. Just the same. Cool. Really cool. The music's awesome. But it's no use to you. Okay, let me use my flashlight. It's spray foam.
What?
Spray foam.
Yeah, I see.
See it? It means this wing, it was completely... I do see that it was worked on, and there are lots of signs, but it's hard to tell if it was really replaced. It's not clear. It got rear-ended, this part here was smashed, and most likely it was peened. And the deck lid is not original, it's from some white Civic, see? Apart from another car, see? Let's start it. Okay, condensation here, nothing critical. Dipstick condensation here, not too bad. And here also condensation. Okay, is this always how it starts? I mean, with these sounds.
That's because the music was on.
The battery's running down.
Yeah, the battery.
The engine's quite good, surprise, surprise. So let's test drive it. And we'll wrap up. You have the 1.4 engine, right?
Yeah.
Right turn here?
No, just go straight.
Okay. How does your lowrider survive speed bumps?
Actually, pretty well.
Depends on the bump, right?
Yeah, I mean, there are concrete bumps that are fucking huge.
I know, like this big.
Yeah, big fuck up.
Does the wing always scrape when you make turns?
Not always. Well, when the car is loaded like 3 or more people, then yes.
Crap, the brake pedal sinks down like 60%.
Yeah, you need to check the brakes, that's the second set I replaced.
The other stuff is working?
You know, this front window doesn't go down. So on glass retainer needs repairing.
Okay, yeah, I got it. You know, it's pretty nice inside. A comfortable cabin compared to...
Yeah, right.
Compared to an Almera, the design's genius. Seriously. What?
Come on, 3 FTS is too much for one whole car.
Okay, I see him accelerating fast, but the speedometer's going slow. So these are miles.
Yeah, I'm always confused with the thing.
And see, something's wrong with the wheel. See, I'm steering the wheel about 25 degrees right or left, and we're still heading straight. That may be because of the suspension. Not bad, I should say. Surprisingly. So, today we've checked 3 cars. It's late, it's dark. The thing is, in fact, I wouldn't recommend to buy any of these 3 cars. However, believe it or not, the best option of these 3 cars was the oldest one, the Honda Civic. If we're judging by the car body, it's extreme. Most of the car was repaired. Many parts were replaced, fillers everywhere. It's a real disaster. But objectively, the overall condition is much better than that of the Nissan, let alone the Mitsubishi Charisma. Even though we only checked out its body, anyway, the Charisma is worse than this Civic. The Civic obviously had a long life, but still, its condition is, well, not that bad. I'm obviously not a huge fan of lowriders, but still, it's not that bad. These options were picked just blindly. We surfed the net and picked 3 random ads that were published most recently that haven't gotten buried. And then we set off to see what we could buy from different car makers within this budget. There will be another video about Japanese cars in the same category. We'll pick the options more carefully. We'll make a more detailed search. We'll call the owners. I'll spend a lot more time on the arrangements, particularly on picking the best ad. I'll also focus on phone calls. And finally, we'll compare the results to what we saw today. Today we've got some statistics. All the 3 cars that we've seen today are crap. You can't buy a single one. At least some result. And what statistics will we have in the next round? You'll see in the next video. Bye, everyone.